Okay, for a second I thought he was coming in here. Okay. This is gonna be my review for To Your Eternity, episodes 9 and 10. And, yeah, these 2 episodes, I got a bit of a scare in them. Not scare as in like a jump scare, like a scare where you think that something bad is going to happen, but thankfully it doesn't. Anyway, I don't know if I mentioned this last video for this show, but Gugu has been going without wearing his mask for I don't know how long. And he seems to be okay with it, despite how people react when they see him, because we still have not gotten to see his face. We only see, like, a little bit of the eye, and I'm guessing that his eyelids get messed up or something, because we don't get to see... Or something happened. I don't know what the freak happened at this point to him. All we know is that he apparently doesn't look good. Anyway, Fushi finally finds him. And they started talking, and we come to find out that Fushi can actually make food. So it's not just stuff that gives him pain, but anything that gives him like a stimulus. So food, I guess, stimulated him when he was hungry. Maybe that's what stimulated him. I don't know. But anyway, he makes some food for Gugu, and like I said, they start talking, and, well, Gugu's laying there talking. And this is where the scare came from. When they were talking, it made me think for a second, when he stopped talking, that he had died. And I was thinking, no, don't you dare kill him off like this, no. And then I was trying to think, what could have possibly killed him? Was it like an infection? Did that stupid organ in his belly burst and cause sepsis? I don't know. But thankfully he didn't die. No, because Reen showed up and woke him up because apparently he was sleeping, not dead. And despite walking around with everybody seeing his face, and he gave his brother that ring that she gave him way back when they first showed him talking to her before the accident. He left the ring for his brother because his brother looked like he didn't have food in days. And I'm guessing didn't have money to buy food, so he gave him so that he could have something. But yeah, he's been walking around for, I'm assuming days, I don't know how many days, without his mask on, and suddenly when Reen shows up, he doesn't want her to see his face. I'm like, you didn't care before, why do you care now? I mean, yes, it's the girl you like, but still, she's been around you this much, I don't think she'd care. Because she would have cared from the start if you were just wearing that mask around her if she was that shallow. Because she would have demanded to see your face, and when she saw it, she would have automatically left. But no, she's not. Anyway, Fushi offers to go get the mask again, even though he had tossed it in the river, and who knows how far along it went. And Reen ends up making him a mask, a replacement mask, with eye holes, but no mouth, obviously. And he gives it to her to wear because, she's still trying to avoid getting caught by her parents, and the whole reason she ran away is because she doesn't get a choice at home. Everything is decided for her. Her parents expect her to do everything that they tell her to do, despite the fact that she's, 12? She wants to be able to develop into her own person, and she can't do that if they're constantly making the choices for her. Like, for example, I think her favorite color is purple, but they always have her in green because green apparently looks good on her. I'm like, that should be her choice. It shouldn't be your choice to pick what she wears. Give her some kind of autonomy here. And, yeah, they're just awful people. They want to be able to, I guess, do what's best for her, but at the same time, they're being super controlling. And they end up running into one of the maids that works for her family, and obviously she figures out that it's Reen, even with the mask on, because they messed up and said, I haven't heard of no Reen before, and she was like, I didn't say Reen. Yeah, so, yeah, they kind of messed up on that one. They tried running away. And Fushi, I guess, distracts her enough with his March form, because March is injured in that form. And the maid obviously, takes pity on her and tries to take her to get her injury taken care of, but ends up running into the knockers. Yeah, the knockers are back. And yes, that's actually what they're called. I don't know why. But yeah, those things are back. And Fushi ends up losing his March form. I actually didn't realize this at the time, because... No, actually it's later. That's actually in, I think, episode 12 is when he loses that form, and I didn't realize he did. But anyway. Now he's gotta deal with the knockers, and Gugu tries to help. But he has no way of being able to help until he starts barfing up that alcohol that was in his belly, because I guess he took a hit. And he realizes that stuff is flammable. So he tries to get it to come out again. So, he can make like a homemade flamethrower, but it doesn't. So it's empty. So he runs back to the lighthouse or whatever to be able to get more liquor in him. And it's at this point that he gets there. He's kind of tipsy. So I'm guessing some of that alcohol is kind of getting into his system. So he's drunk. And to make matters worse on that, Reen's parents found her. And they are determined to take her back home. And he tries to give them an earful, as drunk as he is, while trying to get the alcohol. And when he finally gets the alcohol, he goes to leave, and he tells her that something about how he loves her before he leaves. And I'm assuming she thinks that he was drunk when he said it and obviously didn't mean it. Because people say crazy things when they're drunk. Say things they don't mean when they're drunk. So that's probably what she thinks at this point, because she doesn't really make a comment about how he had said that when he was there. Anyway, he ends up getting back there to where the knockers are, and he can't find Fushi. So he does, what he plans to do with the alcohol, and that works. It does defeat the knockers, and kills it. And all the forms that it took from Fushi went straight back into that rock. The first form that he took, the rock. And his little guardian friend, his creator, takes pity on poor Fushi. And after he got his forms back, he gives him the chance to transform back. And we get introduced to a time skip after Reen decides to go back home with her parents. And I'm guessing she's going to be trying to make her parents understand that what she wants is to be able to make her own choices in life. And I wish her good luck in all that. And like I said, we get a time skip in episode 10. And it's a 4-year time skip, and Gugu has grown up. He still wears a stupid mask. I would love to see how because I'm assuming that his face is healed up finally, but he's still not showing it. And like I said, we saw him grow up, and he's a lot taller. He's gotten stronger. And Reen shows up, and I'm guessing she's obviously older because she's getting ready to turn 16. And she didn't really kind of grow in the you-know-what department. At least from what I could tell, she didn't get much of a chest. And obviously the old man and... Dang it, what was her name? Not Piranha, that's the other girl. I can't even remember her name off the top of my head. But, yeah, they haven't really changed very much. And we finally get to what Fushi's been up to this past 4 years. Apparently, he can grow up in those forms. So if he had decided to stay in March's form, she could have grown up into, I'm assuming, at least 12, I don't know how old is March in this show before she dies? Because if she's at least 8 years old, she could have grown up into be 12 years old if he had stayed in that form during that whole time. But no, he's apparently in the, the normal Fushi form. And apparently he's starting to grow a beard. And apparently he's got acne, I don't know, I couldn't tell. But his voice is deepened, I did notice that. And he's talking like a normal person. He's not, talking like he's not used to talking, essentially. He's not talking like he was before, is what I'm saying. Though, because I wasn't sure if he could grow up, considering not only he can switch his forms, but he can't die, so I wasn't sure if he could grow up. But apparently, if he stays in a form and doesn't switch forms, then he can grow up. The bad thing about that, though, is that when he does switch back into a form after growing up, it reverts back to the original form. So, yeah, if he was to transform out of the Fushi form into another form and then go back to the Fushi form, that all that aging he did in that form, it disappears, essentially. Okay. That's interesting. But, this is because apparently he hasn't been changing. He obviously stayed in that form long enough to grow up, so he hasn't been working on training. That's not good, considering he couldn't handle the knockers last time without Gugu's help. Actually, no, Gugu was the one who did all the fighting and destroyed the knockers that time. So, Fushi couldn't handle this fight at all. Not training in your other forms is going to come back and bite you in the butt. It's like if you go straight through the main story without doing any side quests in a video game and not leveling up very much. You're gonna get your butt kicked. And, yeah. Anyway, I will get to work on uploading this, and I will get a review recorded for episodes 11 and 12, and oh god. If you guys have seen up to this point, up to episode 12, you know exactly why I really don't want to. Anyway, I'll get to work on everything, and I'll see you guys next time.